long time ago. And it's mostly true. I mean, I used to call my son from truck stops when he was actually too young to understand who it was on the other phone. This is before they had mobile phones. That little boy turned 26 about a week and a half ago. It's kind of fuck me. And he's got a brother who turned 21 a few days later. January's an expensive month at my house. I sang this song for the first time in a long time last night because it was my brother Patrick's been out here on the road with me all these years, and his son turned 2 yesterday. He wasn't home for that, so it sort of put me back in touch with that, and that was the whole concept of being a parent, you know, was such a... I don't know what would have happened to my kids if I hadn't gotten lucky. I mean, my oldest boy was raised on food stamps in the free clinic, you know, for the first several years of his life. And I never made any appreciable amount of money until I was, you know, in my early 30s. And I don't know whether I could have quit doing this or not, you know. It never came up. I was probably getting close. Thank God it's a question that I'll never have to figure out the answer to. So, but I remember I was 27 when Justin was born, and I remember how everything changed. The entire world changed when they handed me that little boy. And they had to wrestle him away from me to take him to the nursery. And once they'd done that, I realized I better call my parents. And I got a hold of my dad, answered the phone, and I immediately burst into tears and apologized for every fucking awful thing that I'd done the entire time I was growing up. I finally got it. Justin's been the son that I deserve, and all of the time. And he's getting better now, and Ian's taking up the slack, and so there you are. There's some justice in some corners of the world. We lost my dad a couple of days after Christmas, and this is a real close family that we come from, and you know, we all got to go through what we got to go through to try to rearrange our entire worlds. And I don't think we can't fill up the hole that he left behind, but we gotta go on because that's what you do. I'm just thankful that I got to keep him as long as I did. There were times when I thought that would never happen, because he was sick off and on for a lot of years. But I remember at his funeral, what I was most thankful for was the fact that my father, I watched my grandmother bury her oldest son. She's gone now too, but not before she had to bury one. And that should never happen. And it does happen to too many of us. And I was so glad that my father was spared that. Because it nearly happened, and it was nearly me on several occasions. So this is for Justin and Ian and Patrick's son Jackson, who turned 2 last night, and my father, Jack Dublin Earle. Can't believe you answered the phone. I guess I didn't know you could do that. God help me, I haven't been gone that long. Yeah, I'm in a truck stop somewhere on the Arkansas line. Got all the big trucks here, boy. All they hear them big diesels whine. Oh, little guy, your daddy won't be home for a while. It's gonna be another couple weeks and another couple thousand miles. So go to sleep, little rock and roller. Daddy's up to knocking on dead tonight. One of these days when you're a little older, you can ride the big bus and everything will be alright. Till that day you got your mama to hold you. Don't be afraid when she turns out the lights. 'Cause I know there's an angel just for rock and rollers, watching over you and your daddy tonight. Oh, little guy, don't bother your mama right now. I only got a minute, she don't wanna talk to me anyhow. I know you miss me, God knows I'm thinking about you. I got your picture in my wallet, cheers me up sometimes when I'm blue. Oh, little guy, I'm gonna have to let you go, 'cause it's way past your bedtime. They're telling me we gotta roll. So go to sleep, little rock and roller. Dad is up to knocking on dead tonight. One of these days when you're a little older, you can ride the big bus and everything will be alright.